In the early 1900s, someone in the deep forests of the Congo found a feather that did not belong to anything on record. Nobody could explain it. For roughly 20 years, that single feather sat as a mystery because the animal it came from refused to be found. When scientists finally solved it in 1936, they were not looking at a new bird. They were looking at a species so different that it would change what we thought we knew about peacocks entirely.
That bird was the Congo peafowl, and it is one of only 3 peafowl species that exist anywhere in the world. There is the Indian peafowl, the one most people picture when they hear the word peacock. There is the green peafowl of Southeast Asia and Java, and there is the Congo peafowl, hidden away in the Congo Basin in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the last of the 3 to be discovered. Technically, the word peacock only describes the male. The female is a peahen. The babies are peachicks. All of them together are called peafowl. And if you ever see a whole flock of them, you have options. You could call it a bevy, a muster, an ostentation, or a party. Ostentation might be the most accurate word in the entire English language.
This is something that surprises most people. The peacock's tail is not actually a tail. It is a train made of massively elongated upper tail coverts, and in a large male, it can stretch to around 5 feet long. Those famous eye-shaped markings are called ocelli, and they are not just painted on with pigment. Part of that shimmering color comes from microscopic structures inside the feather itself, structures that bend and reflect light depending on the angle you are looking from. So a peacock is not just wearing color, it is wearing a built-in optical illusion. And that illusion takes years to build. A male Indian peafowl does not reach his full show-stopping train until around 3 years old, and his display quality keeps improving after that. Young males and females actually look nearly identical as chicks. The difference only starts appearing months later, which means every peacock you have ever seen in full display has been growing into that look for years.
Now here is where it gets strange. When a male performs his display, he does not just fan his train, he vibrates it, in what researchers call train rattling. This creates a shimmering visual effect, but it also produces a low-frequency sound that peahens can detect. Both males and females actually have a crest on top of their heads, and evidence suggests that crest can pick up on air vibrations, helping a peahen sense a male's rattling train even from a short distance away. Peahens are not fooled easily either. They pay close attention to train length, the number of ocelli, and how symmetrical and densely packed those eye spots are. This is not random attraction. It is closer to an evaluation. But here is the part that changes how you see the whole system. In studies of Indian peafowl, researchers found that a significant portion of the male's so-called copulation calls happened without any actual mating taking place. In plain terms, some males were faking success, broadcasting a signal designed to make other females believe they were in high demand. Because peacocks are polygynous, meaning a successful male mates with several peahens in a season, that fake signal is not just noise, it is strategy.
And there is one more twist that most people never hear about. As peahens age and their ovarian function naturally declines, dropping estrogen levels can cause them to develop male-like plumage. The male traits were there the whole time, just suppressed. When the hormonal balance shifts, the disguise falls away. Strip away the display, and you find a genuinely tough animal. Peafowl are omnivores that eat seeds, grain, fruit, insects, small reptiles, and amphibians, and Indian peafowl in particular are known to kill and eat small snakes, including venomous ones. They live in open lowland forests, forest edges, farmland, and areas near villages and temples where food is easy to find. By day, they forage in small groups on the ground. By night, they roost together up in the trees, using height as protection from predators that hunt after dark. And despite that enormous train, peacocks can fly. It is usually short and explosive rather than long distance, a burst to escape danger or reach a roost, but it is real flight. There is even a built-in escape mechanism most people never notice. If a predator grabs a peacock by the train, those feathers can detach relatively easily, letting the bird get away while sacrificing its ornamental plumage. The feathers grow back. The bird does not have to.
Peahens build shallow scrape nests directly on the ground, sometimes lined lightly with plant material, and lay clutches of around 3 to 8 eggs. Incubation takes roughly 28 to 30 days, and the mother handles all of it alone. No help from the male. The chicks hatch precocial, meaning they can walk and feed themselves almost immediately, and within their first couple of weeks, they can already flutter up to low branches for safety. That safety matters because the odds are brutal. Like most ground-nesting game birds, only a minority of peafowl chicks survive to adulthood. By 2 months old, the survivors resemble their mother's more camouflaged coloring, and males will not show their full adult color and train for several more years after that.
The ones that do survive can live a surprisingly long time. In the wild, peafowl often reach 10 to 20 years or more. In captivity, with good care, that number can climb to 30 or 40 years, and some exceptional individuals in captivity have reportedly approached 50. Their natural predators in the wild include wild cats like jungle cats and leopards, mongooses, wild and feral dogs, large raptors, and in parts of India, even tigers. Humans have been fascinated by this bird for thousands of years, and not just recently. Historical accounts credit ancient traders, including the Phoenicians, with carrying peafowl out of India and into West Asia and the Mediterranean around 3,000 years ago. From there, the bird worked its way into the classical world, and eventually into Greek culture, where it became linked to the goddess Hera and came to symbolize immortality and watchfulness. In ancient Persia, peacocks were tied to the idea of the tree of life. Early Christian art used their eye-marked feathers to represent an all-seeing God, or the eternal nature of the church. In Ashkenazi Jewish folk art, golden peacocks came to represent creativity and inspiration. In India, the connection runs even deeper. The Indian peafowl has been the country's national bird since 1963, and it is closely tied to deities, including Krishna, Saraswati, and Murugan. That reverence comes with legal protection. Under India's Wildlife Protection Act of 1972, Indian peafowl are listed under Schedule 1, meaning capturing or keeping one without authorization is illegal. In practice, that makes them off limits as ordinary pets. It was not always treated with that kind of reverence everywhere, though. In medieval and early modern Europe, roasted peafowl sometimes showed up at elite banquets, with cooks going as far as reattaching the skin and feathers onto the cooked carcass purely for visual drama at the table. Multiple contemporary writers at the time noted that the meat itself was tough and not particularly good. The bird was there to be seen, not necessarily enjoyed. Of the 3 peafowl species, only one is doing well. The Indian peafowl is currently listed as least concern, thanks to a wide range and populations that are generally stable or increasing across much of its native territory. The green peafowl is not so fortunate. It is currently listed as endangered, with the global adult population estimated somewhere between 10,000 and 20,000 birds, and total numbers including juveniles landing around 15 to 30,000. Hunting and habitat loss are driving the decline, which is serious enough that the species now receives top-level legal protection in China. And the Congo peafowl, the bird whose feathers started this entire story, is currently listed as near threatened, with a wild population estimated at roughly 2,500 to 9,000 mature individuals. Habitat loss and hunting across the Congo Basin remain its biggest threats.
That feather found in the Congo over a century ago did not just lead to a new species, it led to a bigger realization. The peacock we picture in our heads, the one from postcards and folklore and ancient mythology, is really just one member of a small, fragile family. One branch is thriving, 2 are fighting to survive, and every single one of them is far more complicated than the ornament we assume it to be. Underneath that famous display is a bird that deceives, adapts, fights off snakes, and outruns predators by literally shedding part of itself to survive. So the next time you see a peacock's tail fanned out in the sun, ask yourself this: is it really showing you everything, or is that display just the most convincing part of the story?
If you want more deep dives like this one, hit subscribe to Interesting Factverse. Drop a like if you learned something you did not expect, and let us know in the comments which of the 3 peafowl species surprised you the most.